They're getting us ready for this momentous occasion, which will be kicking off in a short while. And in fact, very close to these images that you're seeing now is our reporter Griselda Lewis. Let's try and find her now. Griselda, thanks very much indeed for joining us. It's starting to build up. We're seeing a lot of media and police, but the people are starting to arrive now. Is that correct?
All right, Peter, still live here from the parliamentary precinct. We're looking at all the fashion, who's coming through. And of course, we've got the Reverend Kenneth Mishra from the ACDP, the leader of the ACDP. You're looking absolutely stunning, color coordinating. Everyone seems to be color coordinating today. Man, let's start with you. You look absolutely stunning. Who are you wearing? What inspired your outfit?
Thank you so much. This is proudly African. We decided to say to our people, we've got to be proud about our fashion and not be thinking of others all the time. And the purple means royalty, meaning even as South Africans, we can walk royal, at all times.
You look absolutely stunning. Dr. Mishra, I see you decided to have a handkerchief that's going to match what the dress looks like. Let's talk a bit about that today. You're looking all stylish.
Well, thank you so much. Obviously, royalty is the color, and I realized that on your tags, you also have purple. So I thought we would have some favor from the media because we are matching with what is on your tags. But it's important for people to know that this is a day we are hopeful that with the economy that is declining, that the president will come with a new strategy that will ensure that we have a turnaround so that jobs can be created. But this is a wonderful day. The weather is excellent. I'm glad I'm in Cape Town and not in Gauteng, which is very cold.
Absolutely. And more serious things, what are you hoping that President Cyril Ramaphosa will focus on today?
Today we are hoping that he's not going to talk about what they are planning to do, but how they're going to do that. Because many times there are promises, this is what we are going to do, what we are going to do, but the how is the most important question. We want the turnaround around this joblessness. We want to know what they are going to do, how they're going to apply the strategies they talk about to ensure that there are jobs created in South Africa, because poverty is too high, and obviously to hear about the 3.2% contraction in the GDP, that's not good news for South Africa. We want to know how they are going to ensure that the GDP improves, that we are not more than 50%.
All right. Thank you so much to the ACDP leader, Kenneth Mishra, accompanied by his beautiful wife, looking stunning. All right, we'll try to bring you more interviews from here as we look at the fashion, the hits, the misses. Who's going to trend today for the best dressed and possibly the worst dressed as well? I'm just kidding. All right, well, it's Leanne. We'll take it back to you for now as we wait for more dignitaries to come through.
Behave yourself, Griselda. I know, we're all watching that red carpet very, very closely to see who is the hit and who is the miss, I should say. Well, I want to continue my conversation with... are we going? Oh wait, we've got Lulama. Actually, she's left our studio now. She's also got a guest. Lulama's on the red carpet. Lulama, who have you got?
Yes, Leanne, on the red carpet now. It's hectic here. This 2019 SONA Day is proving that indeed this sixth parliament is not gonna be business as usual. With me, I have the AIC member of parliament, Lulama Njayisa, who is going to tell us their expectations for the State of the Nation address this evening. Dr. Njayisa, what are your expectations? What do you want President Cyril Ramaphosa to address this evening?
Thank you very much, Lulama. We are just expecting the President to tell us about the strategies, how to deal with the growth of the economy. So he has not been telling about these strategies. And again, we expect him to deal with poverty and unemployment, because most of the people here are not employed, more especially the youth, the graduates. But again, he has got to tell us now, what about the people or the young ones that are not graduates? Because therefore, they should not be left out. Not only the graduates that are going to employed. So we're expecting more to tell us about that. And again, we're just looking forward now to tell exactly how he's going to deal with the issue of corruption and poverty, rather corruption and crime. Because most of the young ones are getting involved in crime because of being not employed. So he has got to tell us exactly how he's going to deal with the crime.
During the fifth parliament, AIC had 2 seats, and that even this time around you have 2 seats, no growth. Is that worrisome?
Yeah, I was very disappointed that now we didn't make it, because we wanted to have at least 6 seats. But because of the problems, the challenges that we had internally, and because of, let me say, the financial constraints, so we couldn't make it. But we were disappointed. But at least now, as long as we are in the national parliament, then we're going to try to make it that people see that we are here, because we want people now to have service delivery.
The AIC is predominantly based in Matatiele, but you countrywide as well. But the purpose of the formation of the AIC was that the people of Matatiele be moved from Eastern Cape to KwaZulu-Natal. You went into coalition or agreements with the ANC so that you can be moved back to KwaZulu-Natal. That has not happened. Then aren't you worried then that because you didn't grow as a party this time around, because you have failed people of Matatiele in your mission?
Yeah, exactly. We cannot say it was the only purpose that this party was established. There were many purposes, because we wanted now that people now should just test this democracy. But of course, the people of Matatiele are very much disappointed that up to now we have not yet taken them into KwaZulu-Natal. As a result, now we didn't get enough votes in Matatiele because of that. But this time around, we have got to try that at least now we talk or speak to the ANC. But if ANC is not prepared now to assist us, we are really prepared to pull out of that coalition of Egulen. So we are ready to pull out.
How far now is the process with the ANC? Because I'm sure the people of Matatiele want to know how far is the process. Are you still pursuing the ANC to move Matatiele back to KwaZulu-Natal, or have you abandoned that process?
No, we have not abandoned. We are still speaking to ANC. But they're just waiting about to push. They're not serious about it. That's why I'm saying now we've got to pull out, because there's nothing we're going to lose if we pull out, rather than staying in the coalition, but we're not benefiting anything. So we have got to pull out really. But they are still promising us that they are going to take us to president. But that is a lie. They have not been saying it since 2016. So that is a blue line really. So we've got to pull out really this time around, so that they become serious about it, because they are not serious at all.
That was the AIC Member of Parliament, Lulama Njaisa. And with that, back to you in Studio, Leanne.
Thanks very much, Lulama, for manning the red carpet for us. So we've got 3 points where our reporters are there speaking to the guests arriving. So let's now go to Asanda and see who Asanda has got for us.
Welcome back to the red carpet, and yes, indeed, we are continuing at the red carpet. It's fully on, it's buzzing right now. And besides the fashion, we're talking to leaders of political parties, particularly the new faces, so that the people get familiar with them and the ideas they're pushing. With us now is the leader of the PAC, Mzanele Nyonso. Please talk to us about what the PAC will be focusing on in the 6th Parliament.
We'll be focusing on the land question. The PAC and the land are inseparable. We want to hear the president, we want to hear the ruling party, we want to see if they are serious when they were saying they were going to change Section 25. We want them to change Section 25. We want them to repossess the land and restore the land to the Africans.
There's been questions about whether there is funding for the discussion that has been going on about land. What's the PAC's take around how President Cyril Ramaphosa should deal with the land question?
We don't need funding, we need land. We need the members of parliament to go there and use their majority. Africans must vote against Section 25 and vote to repossess the land. We don't need funding for that. We need guts. We need political will. We need them to go there and change the constitution and give land to the Africans. It doesn't cost any cent, that one.
Mr. Nyonso, thank you very much for talking to us. That's the leader of the PAC, talking about reconfiguring the entire discussion on the amendment of Section 25. Now, my colleague Griselda Lewis is also on the red carpet, talking to some of the party leaders that have come here.
All right, we're still having a look at the red carpet here, just a few hours now before President Cyril Ramaphosa, of course, delivers his first State of the Nation address of the 6th Parliament. Phumzile van Dam is here with her brother Sandile. Hi, guys. Looking fantastic. Let's have a look. Okay, who are you wearing? What is it inspired by? You just felt like feeling good.
Yeah, I felt like looking good, and as always, I try to support local designers. So my outfit is Cloak, my jewelry is from a company called Soul Design, and Carol Bauer. So we're local, that's my message.
All right, great. You've got your brother Sandile also. Campus Sandile, I see you decided to color coordinate with your sister.
Definitely, I decided to color coordinate with her. I'm styled by my beautiful wife, Miliswa, and yeah, that's why I'm looking this way.
And he must get some airtime. He's a winemaker. He's producing his own wine. So look out for...
All right, we'll get to that at a later stage. But what are you expecting from President Cyril Ramaphosa today?
I'm really expecting him to give the nation a message of hope. And not just hope, but a message of stuff that will be implemented to improve the lives of the people of South Africa. And in particular, my portfolio that I'm responsible for, communications and digital technologies, I'd really like to hear a message about how government will make it easier for companies in the technology sector to be able to be supported to create jobs.
All right. I'm sorry to have to ask you this, and I want to put a damper on today, but obviously during the course of the week there was a bit of an incident at the V&A waterfront, a clear indication that racism is one of the issues that is still alive in South Africa. You said you didn't want to speak about it, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Was it upsetting? Obviously, are you happy with the way the V&A has responded to that incident?
Well, I really don't want to talk about it today. It's SONA, and I think that's where the focus should be. But if I could speak generally about racism, I think it's an issue that plagues many South Africans, and we have a lot of work to do as a nation in order to improve race relations. And I'm happy with the response of the V&A waterfront. They were quick, then issued a public apology. But today the focus is SONA, and that matter I'll deal with.
All right, Grace, thank you so much. Enjoy.
All right, well, there you have it. So the latest from the red carpet, Griselda Lewis getting hold of Phumzile van Dam and talking or trying to talk to that incident that's been dominating headlines of what happened at the V&A waterfront. Well, as you heard, Van Dam not wanting to talk about it here. It's all things SONA. We continue to bring you this coverage. Let's go back to Lulama. She's also got a guest with her. Lulama, who are you chatting to?
Thanks, Leanne. I'm talking to the president of ATM, Vuyo Zungula, about their expectation for the State of the Nation address this evening. What do you expect the president to say?
He must tell us in February, this is what I promised. Now it is June, this is what we have done. That way we move away from the culture of always promising. Rather, we go back to the culture of saying this is what we've done, because without accounting towards for his promises, it's going to be the same thing for the next 5 years.
The ATM, there's been allegations that some senior ANC leaders have been involved in the formation of the ATM. Your comments about that?
It pains us as a party to find that we've been accused for a very long period of time without having any proof. We've been saying for the past 14 months that Utatu Zuma as well as Mr. H. Mahasole are not in any way involved in the party. Now, what we do not understand from the media, they do not check or verify any evidence. You can't accuse a person for 14 months without any evidence. So that is what is making us unhappy. But we do want to put it on record again that they are not involved in the party. They were not involved when it was conceived. They are not involved now.
Leslie, you've also made your voice heard here in Parliament. You've been involved, you're part of this public protector, Busisiwe Mkhwebane, because some of the parties once had to be removed. What's your position on her?
We need to protect the institution of the public protector because it is a very important part of our democracy. Therefore, we should not allow a situation whereby she's intimidated or threatened for doing her work. Let us give her space to do her work in peace.
With that, back to you in studio, Leanne.
All right, Lulama, thanks very, very much. ATM, interesting party, it certainly is, and something that we would most definitely want to talk a little bit more about as we get into some analysis. But right now, it's very difficult to get any analysis.